The ambulatory plant, half the size of a halfling, slashes out with its grass blades. Its peeling skin, its hair of sprouts, and its svelte, nimble physique alludes to its fey origins. The Alliumite. Let's talk about it. For the record, I streamed my first live stream Friday, June 19th, and I just want to thank everyone who joined. It was a lot of fun. I will definitely do some more live streams in the future. I'm still debating whether to release it publicly, but it was a D&D world building live stream where we built a world together. So if you enjoy that sort of thing, then I hope you'll let me know and stop by for the next one. Now back to the video. The Alliumite are said to be onion people. Yes, it has finally come to this. We are going over onion people. Surprisingly, there is a lot about onions in ancient mythology, specifically the wonderfully rich Egyptian mythos. The people of Egypt and most likely parts of Nubia believed that onions were something to be worshipped. According to Western sources anyway. I'm still a little skeptical if they actually worshipped onions, as the term worship has very much been mistranslated and even misinterpreted across the homo-sapien timeline. Nevertheless, onions symbolized eternity to the ancient Egyptians, and they oftentimes buried them along with their pharaohs. It is said that the ancient Egyptians saw eternal life within the onion because of its continuous circle within a circle structure. Onions themselves are depicted in ancient Egyptian paintings, with them being consumed in a feast, used as a funeral offering, blessed in festivals, decorated on various altars, and in the hands of priests. Like many plants, onions also had a very specific medicinal qualities. The ancient Egyptians used them as an anti-inflammatory, antiseptic, antibacterial, and a means to remove various illnesses. The onion mythos found in ancient Egypt has even made its way into the modern-day culture of man. In the Middle East, onions and garlic are extremely important, as they have been referenced in the Quran and other Islamic literature. Some scientists even believe that the cultivation of onions originated in modern-day Iraq by the Sumerians and Babylonians. In Islamic teaching, onions and garlic are said to help prevent diseases such as cancer, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and 70 different illnesses. This is most likely true, since onions are high in vitamin C, a good source of dietary fiber, natural sugars, contain vitamin A, B6, and essential minerals such as potassium, iron, and folic acid. Moving to the Mediterranean, onions were transported by Alexander the Great to Greece and spread their way all across Europe. Onions and garlic played a very important role during the plagues of Europe. The people of Eastern Europe believed that illnesses were caused by evil spirits. Therefore, they used onions as good luck charms to ward away these hostile spirits. People oftentimes hung strands from doorways, windows, their shoulders, chest, and even wore them as necklaces to keep away vampires. I find this very interesting, since my Iraqi father would put out a bowl of sliced onion when I was sick, or when he believed a dark spirit had made its way into the home. He told me that the onion would kill any bacteria in the air and ward away jinn. But for Dungeons and Dragons purposes, imagine villagers hunting down the Alliumite to protect themselves, or maybe they invite the Alliumite to stay with them in their village so that vampires or other onion-hating monsters would not harm them. Alliumite derives its name from the common onion, which in Latin translates to Allium cepa. Allium in Latin means garlic, whereas cepa means onion, so consequently, the direct translation is garlic onion. Onions belong to the genus Allium along with leeks, and of course, garlic. The ite in Alliumite means in Greek and Latin of pertaining to, the nature of, made of, but most commonly the etymology in modern English is used to reference a people, place, tribe, leader, or doctrine. References include the Bible and its mentions of Judahites, Israelites, Canaanites, and all the ites, of which there are a lot. So we could loosely deduce that Alliumite means the people made of onions, or more directly, onion people. In the Creature Codex of 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, the Alliumite is very much an embodiment of its Fey origins. The Alliumite is an impatient folk who, once angered, will attack relentlessly. The history and creation of this creature was very much an accident. Pixie dust was spilled on a patch of sweet onions, which gave the onions sentience. Eventually, arms and legs sprouted from the onion. Then they began to think for themselves, developing their own culture and society. It is said that now they wish to propagate their people and spread far and wide amongst the vast continents and possible cosmos. They are even responsible for the development of vast underground colonies and tunnels beneath forests and fields. So the next time you trip on a hole in the forest, think twice before riding it off to be a mole, rabbit, dog, or badger. The Alliumites are known for their skill as gardeners, and they feel an almost supernatural urge to plant chives, garlic, and other wild herbs wherever they go. These gardens usually look haphazard and uncivilized, but an Alliumite will know exactly where every seed, sprout, and individual plant is planted. Many animals of the woods and magical fae find their gardens a break from the dangers of the wilds. It is because of this that the Alliumites' plant sanctuaries are highly regarded amongst the wilds, and to damage anything in them is seen as a threatening gesture. I would love to see the Alliumite as the basis of beginnings for a campaign or one-shot adventure, as they have a lot of potential. Alliumites aren't just talented gardeners, but capable combatants as well. Alliumites fashion for themselves grass blades and thorn darts. Their nimble physique allows them to elude most creatures and can even overwhelm a very well-prepared adventurer. These little creatures are quiet. They know how to move in the forest and can sneak up on almost anyone. And if none of that works, the Alliumites are able to produce a powerful stench when harmed that may induce retching. Suffice it to say, I would not want to be in battle with these guys on their home turf. Deadly onion people is not my cup of tea, thank you very much. The Alliumite is a small plant with a chaotic neutral alignment and challenge rating of 1/4. Because of its nimbleness, the Alliumite has an armor class of 14, a speed of 30 feet, and burrow or dig speed of 20. It has skills in perception, survival, and stealth. It can see up to 60 feet with its dark vision, and its innate language is Sylvan. But I am sure you can teach it other languages, as it has an intelligence of 7. As for abilities, The Alliumite has two, the first being plant camouflage. This gives the Alliumite advantage on stealth checks when sneaking through terrain with lots of plant life. And the second is its tearful stench ability. When a creature other than an Alliumite is within 5 feet of the Alliumite, when it takes damage, it must roll a Constitution saving throw or be blinded until the start of their next turn. As for actions, the Alliumite has its signature Grass Blade that it can use when in melee combat, and its Thorn Darts for any ranged attacks. The Alliumite definitely seems like a super fun creature to use in 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. I can see so many different possibilities for the creature, whether they are the common folk of a plant kingdom or a secret society of assassins employed by a god. I once used this creature when DMing a game. My players were in the middle of a geomagnetic storm on the open savanna. They took refuge in a small shelter and a couple minutes later discovered that it belonged to the Alliumites. The Alliumites told them to leave, but they eventually reasoned with them to stay for the night. It was fun describing abnormally large onions in the ground and that when you turn around, they are just no longer there. It was definitely confusing for my players, but a relatively harmless encounter as they left the sanctuary with some fresh fruits and vegetables. Anyways, my fellow warriors, that is the Alliumite. Man, that was fun. I hope you had as much fun as I did making that video. If you'd like to see more, please leave a like and subscribe. And if you want to get more involved in this wonderful community, then I encourage you to leave a comment and join the Discord server. Anyways, my warriors, I will see you in the morrow when the sun rises upon the crested hill and the winds bring the scent of glory to our hearts.